Today I'm here with a very important section for all of us. That is the writing section. And many of my friends and many of my students, they have requested me to make a video on this. Some of my ex-students are preparing for the Ielts exam, and some are the school students, and they all feel that they need enhancement in this section. And I'm here just with few tips which will really help you. We all know that in the writing section, in the school also, school level and after that also, and even for the Ielts exam, the international Ielts exam, International English Language Testing System. This exam is taken by people to see whether your English speaking, understanding, writing is strong or not, whether you will be able to settle in any international country or not. So you have to appear for this exam. And to get a good band, to get a good score, you need to know these simple but yet very important points that I'm going to focus today on. Now, in the school exams, in the writing section, in 11th, 12th, 9th, 10th also, and even in the middle school, we make the children do the essay writing part, paragraph writing, article writing, speech is there, debate is there. Alright? And even in the Ielts exam, the third section, in the Ielts exam, we have to appear in 4 sections. The first one is the listening section, where you get 4 monologues or conversations that you have to hear, and then there are questions that you have to answer while hearing. Then there is the reading section, where you get 3 long passages. They are either discursive or factual topics, paragraphs. And then there is the writing section, where you have to write a short essay, an article, a speech, or a paragraph, descriptive paragraph describing a diagram that has been given you to describe that, or a data, some statistics bar graph or something is given and you have to describe that. And then the 4th section is the speaking section, where you are asked face-to-face questions on just general topics. This is only to see whether you are able to understand, speak, you are able to listen and understand what the person you're speaking to is wanting to say. So your skills, they want to see whether you understand English well or not. Alright, so today to discuss, I want to discuss this also. This speech, whether it is a speech, whether it is a debate, essay or an article, whatever topic you are given, it's just, points remain, substance of the topic remains the same. It's only the way we present it. Now, if you're getting to write a speech, or you have to, write a speech and you have to speak in the morning assembly, the way you start a speech is different. The way you start and write a debate is different. For article, it is different. It's just, you should know these ways. So first I'll discuss that, and then we'll see how effective our writing can be. So let's get started. Now for speech writing, whenever you write a speech, the starting of your speech should be don't make it monotonous. It should be very effective. You can start with a quote. You have to engage the listener that is standing there to listen to your speech. If your speech is, just a lot of talking, then they will, lot of, facts and all that you give, your speech should be interesting. You have to engage the listener or the reader who is reading your speech. And for that, you have to sound, very different, and you can start with a question, you can start with a quotation of someone, you can even mention the name of the person you are quoting, alright? And then you can go on to say that I, so and so, have got an opportunity to speak on the topic and the topic. Today I am here with the topic, coaching classes, are they worth it? So I've just taken one topic and let's see how we can make things different. Now when you are writing an article, you should know that there should be a heading and then the byline. Byline is a must. Whosoever is writing the article, he writes his name. Alright? Then debate. Now debate, as you all know, every coin has two sides. The heads and the tails. And so is in the matter of debate. There are topics where people agree to you and there are topics where people disagree. Everybody's got their own opinion. We all have our individualities and we believe in different things. It's not important that if he agrees with a point, I too will agree with that. I have my say on whatever the topic is. Depends on what I think, how I perceive things, right? So even this topic that I have taken today is debatable. We'll just get to that. And then is the essay. In all this, now in debate, you have to take side of only one side. If you agree to a point, just your whole matter should be on that. If you disagree on a point, then whole matter should be that. And while you are, talking to the audience or the judges there and even the opponent that is there, you have to put your points in such a way that you have to make them, feel as you feel. You have to put your points in that way. You can have your own opinion, that doesn't matter. Right? So if you are writing a debate, your focus should be on one side of the coin. Don't take both of them together, just one side. And when you are writing a speech or article, in article I told you I want a byline. You have to write a byline. And in speech also, in speech, you have to just speak on a topic. And it should not be monotonous. Make it interesting. Talk to your audience. The audience, even if you've prepared, the audience should feel you are talking to them. Alright? And whenever a topic is given in the speech or in the article, you have to first, in the first paragraph, introduce that topic well. Talk about that topic well. Then in the second paragraph, first part is the introduction. Second paragraph, go on to say the pros and cons of the topic. In the speech and article and essay, you can speak on both the sides. Then in the last paragraph, the concluding paragraph, you will give your opinion, and if required, if any changes are required and you feel that those changes might help things, or any solutions you want to give, that is given after your opinion. Alright, so first is the introduction part. The second is both the sides in speech, in essay, in article writing, in paragraph writing. You have to follow this. And in the last concluding paragraph, you will give your opinion, what you feel on that topic, and then the solutions, if there are any. Try to give your own opinions in a way that people feel that yes, these points can help to change things. You have to mold the listener in your, the thing you have, the container. Alright. Now suppose this is the topic, coaching classes, are they worth it? Now what will the substance, the material be? There are people who believe that these coaching classes are a necessity. they feel that school focuses more on academic syllabus. And it is true. The academic syllabus is itself so vast. But yes, even the teachers in school, they focus on the points that come in the competitive exams. But it's the way you perceive it. Some people feel that these coaching classes, they do the academic course also along with the preparation of for the competitive exams. Alright, it is said, the people believe that food is given, food is eaten, but nourishment is added. In the same way, they say that school gives the food, the academic syllabus, but for clearing the competitive exams, you need nourishment, and this nourishment is provided by the coaching classes. Alright, then they feel that these coaching classes enhance a participant's capacities, capabilities, the abilities he have. They feel that these coaching classes add to it. They enhance. Alright, and these coaching classes, even I feel that they also work a lot. I'm neutral. But yes, if you tell me to write on one, I will definitely give my viewpoint. But we are not here to discuss that. I'm just telling you that if there, some people feel that these these coaching institutes, they give a lot of study material also for the competitive exams. Then they keep taking different types of papers, to give you a lot of practice. While there are other parents, and yes, some parents also make their children join these coaching classes because they feel it is a prestige issue or it is very trendy. But they do not realize that this might create a peer or parental pressure on the child. It all depends on the child's capabilities, Some children are very sincere, very diligent, but they are not able to cope up with both school and coaching classes together. While there are others who very easily do this. We cannot force or compel a child to attend coaching classes after school. 8 hours in school and then he goes for coaching classes. Where does he get the time for self-study? And the syllabus that these coaching classes, they follow is not same as the school syllabus. So that means the child has to study the school part separately and the coaching part separately. Will he not get confused? So every child cannot cope up with this. There are exceptions. There are children who are able to cope up. But there are children who cannot. It all depends on child per child. Alright. And then these coaching, they feel, there are other parents who feel the other side of the coin. They feel that these coaching classes are very expensive. Then they give a lot of stress on the children. And coaching classes give their own homework and things to prepare for the child for the next class. So the child has got a lot of work of school and coaching class together. So when will he give time to his studies? He will keep completing the homework of both the sides and they will not be able to do anything properly. So every topic, every subject, whichever we talk to, has got two sides. So in debate, that is what I said, although the matter is same, in article you will present it differently, in speech differently, in debate you have to take only the side of one, the coin, the side of one part only. If you agree with it, you will agree with it. If you disagree with it, then go with that. Don't take both together in a debate. Alright. Now what I want to say is that the matter remains same. You know, people, when you get topics, I've seen, you know, children preparing for the debate competitions, for the zonals and all. The matter, when I go, you know, I was recently asked to be the judge in one of the schools, and what I felt was that the matter of all the children was same. Because actually, you know, focus is on the same matter, but the way you present it matters a lot. The way you write things matters a lot. So let us see how we can make our writing effective. Let's see. Alright, so as I told you, you have to use effective and powerful words, phrases or expressions to make your matter interesting. Matter is same, but in between, if you use these phrases, words, idioms, expressions, it will, you know, add spice to your food. So as I told you, you can start with a quote or a question. Now suppose this is the topic and you have to speak in favor of this topic. You can start with a quote like this: coaching isn't a therapy. It is a product development with you as a product. Alright, so it's a product development. As I told you, coaching classes develop or enhance your capabilities and abilities. So you can start with this, or as I told you, you can start with a question. Suppose I'm disagreeing on this point, I will say, do we really need a coach or a coaching class to reach our maximum capabilities? Can we not be our mentor ourselves, work hard and do it ourselves? Do we really need a coach? We can start with a question, and then, you know, you can start with your topic. And if you are speaking in favor, so then you can write this quote, and then you can say that I so and so. Sometimes we, in competitions, we do not give a name, we have a code number. So then you can say that I am here to speak in favor of the motion or against the motion. Motion is the topic, right? Alright, then in between, as I told you, we can use idioms and phrases to make our, you know, readers get engaged. They want to read more and more of it, and then this fetches you marks. Alright, so let's see. For example, the topic itself is, you know, if you are there in the debate, you can say, you know, in between, the topic itself is a game of chicken. What does that mean? That means even you don't agree with me, I don't agree with you, so it is a game of chicken. So interesting to hear, right? Then you can say, I want to give you a piece of advice. I want to give you a peace of mind. You can say like that. My worthy opponent, when you are speaking, when you are there in the debate, you have to keep referring to the opponent also. I don't know why my worthy opponent said this. I do not agree with this. You have to focus on things, you know. Your expressions should speak more. Your words should have a lot of weight. Alright, so you can say in between, I would give a peace of mind to my worthy opponent. And then you can continue with your topic. So interesting it will be to listen to such, you know, idioms and all in between, expressions in between. And then again, I have more. I know it is a sore point. What is a sore point? Sore point where things hurt you. You do not disagree with some points, right? And then you can also say, I am at odds with you, my worthy opponent. I am at odds with you on this and this point. So you can mention that point. So you have to be effective. You can, in between, you can say, no, my worthy opponent, I do not want to pick a fight with you, but I disagree with this point of yours. You know, you can, whatever the topic is, you have to tell in that way. Alright, there are debates, you know, here you will be told to write the debate. But when you go for open debates, in between you have to keep speaking. You must have seen the news channels, they hold these open debates. They take a particular topic and then they have debates. So there are so many speakers there and everybody keeps speaking in between. They are given chances also, but when a certain person disagrees, he raises his hand and then he says that I don't want to pick a fight with you, but I disagree with this point of yours. We are at odds. This point is throat cutting. Throat cutting means it's not going from there. I disagree with you. I cannot grasp it. So there are so many idioms and expressions. If you put them, in your writing section, it becomes so very effective. Alright, then this was, you can read more and put in more. In fact, I was planning to, take a lot of idioms and expressions and then make a video of that, and I'll keep linking it. Alright, now next point. See, this was the start. I told you this is for in between. Then I said in between, whenever you are talking on a topic, either it is a speech, debate, article, people should feel you have worked on it. Just not mugging up things and, copying from Google and all. No plagiarism is allowed. So then there you should put case studies. Research should be seen that you have worked on it. You have tried to find data on it. Even if you have not worked on it, make up a case study. What is a case study? Some research or some incident that had happened and you have worked on it. You went into details of it. Try to give some data of that sort. You can even give statistics of some number you can give, like in that topic, demonetization. There was such a lot of debate on that, whether it was a good act of the Prime Minister or not. So, people, if they come up with the latest statistics that so many people agree, so many people had to stand in line, the graph went here and up or the graph went down, this gives a lot of impact. Alright, and then you can also share a shocking fact. You can talk about a fact, a shocking thing, that has happened. Now, for example, this coaching thing of ours, you can even add in between that if you disagree, you can even add in between that there was such a lot of parental pressure on the child who was being sent to the coaching classes forcefully. He was being compelled to go there. There was such a lot of stress in his mind that he went into depression and he tried to commit suicide. There are movies there, Recently we saw that movie Chichore where that child was not able to clear the IIT exam and then he tried to commit suicide. So these shocking facts, add to your point. Alright, so some shocking facts you can take and write. Some case studies you can include in between. That gives a very good impact on the person who is reading. Then you can include anecdotes. Anecdotes, not serious ones. They can be humorous ones also. Anecdotes are what? You can include incidents, including yourself. In that I met a friend and he was going through this problem. So you can use anecdotes. It can be something humorous also. Alright? Rack your brains and make things interesting. Then use of transition words. Now when I read papers or when I talk to people, I have seen people, they do not know how to start sentences. They start with whatever they are speaking and then they keep adding, then this happened, then I went, then the lady told that, then the coaching institute gave they keep repeating this then and all these words. Instead of that, use transition words. Transition words like accordingly, consequently, initially, finally. These are the starting words where you can include. However, in the meantime, then there are others, hence, additionally, next to it, obviously, however, in the meantime, coupled with. coupled with doubling something. So there are so many other transition words. Use them. Make, you cannot be repetitive. And yes, never repeat your points. The reader, if he has read once about parental pressure, give an example, give a case study, give a shocking fact, and leave it there. Do not repeat that parental pressure again. Do not be repetitive. I have seen children, they take up one point and the whole thing goes on that point only. It becomes boring. Keep changing. You have to give, different data over there. Use, if you have already added a case study, then anecdote should be different. Focusing on a different point, not on same parental pressure. Alright. It can be on, the stress management, whatever. You have your matter on the topic. As I told you, I have just discussed this coaching classes, the substance. You have the substance. Take one thing for case study, take one thing for anecdote. So don't be repetitive. That will become very boring. And then in the end, your end should be very effective too. Your starting was interesting. Make the ending also interesting. Keep your audience engaged. Alright. So end should be very effective. And yes, I told you, you give your opinion with solutions. And in the end, when you conclude, you can say in a nutshell. In a nutshell means in short. Alright. Nutshell is a shell where the nut is closed. So in a nutshell, so the gist of it. Summing up. You can end like that. In conclusion. So try to use these types of words and phrases to make your writing effective. And you will definitely score very well. Keep your audience. They are there to listen to you. Engage them. And if you are on the stage and you are speaking, you can even interact with them. You keep asking questions. Keep them engaged and involved with you so that they keep listening. Otherwise they'll get bored and they'll start looking at their phones and they'll start talking amongst themselves. You will not like it. Right? So work on this. Do let me know whatever you want to know, what your queries in the comment section. Do let me know how this session was. I'll come up with more sessions on Ielts also. And please, if you have still not subscribed my channel, please do so. See you again. Bye-bye.